football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017. Draft Patrick Mahomes.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They'll run with McCaffrey. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And this certainly doesn't seem like an ideal situation for them because they're coming in on a losing streak, and they've got the quick turnaround right here to Thursday night. But maybe that's for the best. Get right back on the horse and go at it again and not dwell on the losing that they've had in recent weeks.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Showing up. Check. Regular.
They'll run with a former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check it, reload. Cover.
Second down, McKinnon. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Play action. Now it's Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. Throwing on first down is Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Hey, check it. Check it, reload.
Shotgun now for Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Lucky.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It's complete to Grant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing. But as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your back. quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction.
Start offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson.
Let's go, man. Pick 6 all day. Don't throw my son.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. The numbers on the ground for McKinnon last week. 14 carries, 114 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, this time with Jones.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Switch up, switch up.
Hey, go 66.
On play action, it's Brady. This is caught. Watkins. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Wait, set. Alabama, 380.
How you getting ahead? How you getting ahead? Slam. Jump. Hey, watch it.
53's in now.
Tackle.
Hey, second.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's coming. We got double up.
Alpha.
Now Brady. Screenplay, McKinnon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Check, cross.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm trying to collect. Check your hot read.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Watch out for Hill on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jerick McKinnon making his way back onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
They go play action here on first down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. The end result, 21 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
No, 66. 25. Check 25. Alert.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a trunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On second down, McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They stop him after a gain of only 4, and that brings up fourth down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now here's Mahomes. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mark Barron in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Second quarter here. He has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far just the single catch. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Brady. Open man is Hill. He's got it. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Brady's throw there complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things...
Touchdown, Cowboys! Tyreek Hill, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Golladay, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, he obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's a quick throw complete to Golladay. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man Jalen Smith able to get a hand in and knock it away. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jakeem Grant with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Brady. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Alabama, 380. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch twist. Regular.
Here's Brady. Gets this one to Hill. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Wait, that 380. That's what I do. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check it. Rush in.
Here's Brady to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Maher is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Check it back. General West. Hey, go 66.
On play action. Now Brady. That one complete to Hill. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Wait, 53. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Check it. Sugar.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
66. Ozzie. Shadow. Ozzie. Watch switch. 72. Watch it. Rim.
3rd and short, McKinnon. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's complete to Graham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Mahomes now to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a run with McCaffrey. Down to the 25. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mahomes going to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. So that'll back them up 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal. You did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Wait, 20! Yo.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now Brady. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. That time a slant. Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On second down now, McKinnon. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Quick throw caught out wide by Renfro. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. On second down, McKinnon. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
I got you. 36. He's coming.
Now a play fake, Brady. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfro. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Check it, reload. Go 50. You got tight right there. Alert.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Hunter Renfro, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Marr on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Open man is Galladay, complete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Bears on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. On first down, Mahomes. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards into Chicago first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. He'll get this to Eckler.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Defense.
So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got them on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a long 11-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Brady's throw there complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Being chased out left. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Let's bring it. Kill. No, 66. Hey, 66.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Under 10.
To throw is Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. In the backfield, standing alone on second and goal is McKinnon.
Hey, 66. Switch. 72.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Hunter Renfro, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Slam.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the twist. Go Bandit. Hey, go 66. Check 43. Out. Check. Ozzy. Jado. Spawn. Once again. Check.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.